I love Michael Jackson. Now, saying that now is complicated, which I understand. But at this time, so this album came out in like 90 or 91. And then, so right before Nevermind. Because Nevermind is like the marker in the road. It's like, oh, I heard this, everything changed.
Absolutely.
But so Michael Jackson, I was just a huge fan, and I had Dangerous, which is the album that's on cassette. And I remember I had this little boombox that my dad still has like in his garage, and he'll just put on like some weird AM radio. Like, what are you listening to? I don't know, some angry guy on there yelling at him. And this little boombox. And in my room, I spent so much time with that. And then the video came out, and it's all like Egyptian theme. Yep. And at the end, he like spins around and turns into sand. I'm like, what am I seeing?
Yeah.
But also around the time Dangerous came out, that there was like this world premiere event of the video for Black and White. And it happened sometime, maybe after like, remember like TGIF, like Full House, Family Matters.
Oh, yeah. I remember that night when that video came out.
So like it comes out, they show the video, and then at the end there's this extended thing to where he dances on a car, smashes it, and turns into a panther, walks away.
Yep.
It gave me nightmares for months. I don't know why, but I remember just being terrified of this part, this extra part in this Michael Jackson video, which I've probably only seen one time in my whole life, and it was there on television, you know.
Yeah.
What a wild thing to think about, just side note.
Yeah.
There was a world premiere of a music video by this pop artist who was like the top in the world, and it was on primetime television at like 8 o'clock at night, and everybody's tuning in.
I remember that.
That's just wild. The
really
world
is.
was like a smaller, or somehow the world was both smaller and larger.
You're right.
Than to whereas now it feels like it's the opposite.
Did that video start with Macaulay Culkin?
Yes.
And Norm as his dad?
Was that the
Wentz?
Is he tap dancing in that? Or am I getting another video?
I don't think there's tap dancing, but it's George Wendt and Macaulay Culkin, I think. At the beginning, he's in his bedroom, like listening.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I don't know if I remember that part of the video, because I just remember that he was they're like on a stoop, and Macaulay Culkin's there.
Okay.
At like one point in the video.
Right,
I don't remember the big. Well, I know what I'm going to be watching when I leave.
Yeah.
But man, Michael Jackson is one of those artists. I love Michael Jackson. I grew up loving Michael Jackson, and you know, I feel like, not to get too much into the issues with Michael Jackson, but like
there's like I like feel like I've had to put it in, and this is probably still wrong. There's probably still people that's like, no, that's still fucked up. But like my thing is like, there's person Michael Jackson, and there's
that's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, it's like, and I think no, it's fine. But I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and I think you have to view art like that in general, because
I agree with that.
You can't like, I mean, we would lose so much art and culture if we just decided we're not going to listen to.
And we're only going to focus on
people who just never did bad things, right? I mean, like I think,
it's like hard though, because it's like there's certain degrees, like it's just there's this gray.
Yeah, I don't know. As I'm saying it, I'm like, I don't know if it's that simple, but
you don't want to know. That's where I'm at. I'm like, I love that song. If he did something, terrible,
don't tell me. Like, don't tell me. Yeah, like, like I went and saw Ryan. Regina and I went to see Ryan Adams when he a couple tours ago when he, God, where did we go to? Atlanta maybe, and he was doing a solo.
Oh, the Tabernacle.
I think that's where
Was
we
he playing
were.
there?
But I like posted some pictures of us at the show on Instagram, and I got like people were like hating on me for going. I'm like, he's still an amazing songwriter. Like he's still great, and I like that music was really important to me at an early age, and I still love it.
Same.
I don't know.
Same. Too, like I feel the same way. But there's even but if like folks are in the car or like something like that, it's like I have to second guess, like, do I still listen to this song that I've loved, to blah, 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 that I have my own personal relationship with?
Right.
And then it's hard. See, and the crazy thing, too, is how much, like, everybody loves, like, a comeback story or, like, a turnaround thing. Yeah. Like Robert Downey Jr., right? Great example of that. Obviously different medium,
right?
But a great example of that. And then so it's kind of the thing of like, but in this day and age, and with how information's exchanged and how fast it moves and how fast everybody's just on to the next thing, there's like, is there room for that really? Like, is it like, or like in Ryan Adams' case, like, is there, like, what would be the thing to where it would turn back around? Because there's like, because like you said, like so much of that music to me is like, or like I think I look at it like, or I see it a lot like you do, because it's like really important.
Yeah.
And then like the time in my that we found each other, like that whole thing. And but so like I feel like it feels wrong to be like, oh well, can't listen to that anymore, because it's not just his anymore.
No.
It's mine now too.
And it's everybody's. Like the moment you, that's the thing is like we've talked about this on the podcast a handful of times now, because I feel like it's interesting how many people think about this that create music. Is, you know, when I write a song, it means something to me, and it's coming from a personal place, right? But I feel like even that, as a writer, the song is not entirely mine, even from the beginning. Like I am.
Oh wow! So like from the onset.
From the onset, because I heard Tom Waits say this once, and he talked about how when I heard this quote, and I'm not going to quote him exactly, but just the general context is like, when I heard it I was like, holy shit! Here I'm hearing this about Tom Waits, and this is exactly how I feel about writing. So it was very affirming to me. But he talked about how like he was receiving the signals from the universe.
Yeah.
And sometimes when the songs would come to him, he wasn't sure if they were meant for him initially. Like he had to like court them like it was a woman sometimes, or he had to have a conversation with the song. Like he felt like there's this information, right? And it's going to filter through somebody. Somebody's going to create something with
he's
this.
just channeling
and he channels it. And I've always felt like that. Like sometimes I don't know what a song is about until I've had some distance from it. I mean, I know certain aspects of it, but I look back at it and I'm like, holy shit. Like,
It's like, oh, I was writing about
yes.
I thought I was writing about.
Yeah. And so I feel like because as artists, we have that opportunity to, you know, to be like these we're just, you know, like satellites and transmitters. Like there's this exchange of information, and it filters through us, and we release it to the world. It's already not entirely ours. And then once you hear it, the listener hears it. Even if, I mean, you could go do interviews and talk personally about what your songs are about, but it's when the listener first hears it, they don't know that. And whatever they're going through in their life, like it connects with them in a certain way, and it means something entirely different to them. And so it becomes theirs, like you said. And so now it's like, well, Ryan Adams might be a shitty person, Michael Jackson might have been a shitty person, but those songs are everybody's. They were always everybody's. And he created them, and we should honor that, you know, that artist to have the ability to bring us that beautiful art. But like, it becomes something so much greater, you know, and I feel like I'm not going to like lie to myself in the world and say, well, I hate Ryan Adams now because he turns out to be a dirtbag, you know. I mean,
look, because because he did this,
right, and
this. I'm like, well, that's none of my business,
right? It's not,
yeah. I mean, do I agree with it? No,
right.
But I'm not him, and that's that. So I'm gonna go do my shit, and
right?
He can do his shit.
Yep.
And so it's like, you know, and I guess that's not everybody's gonna view it the same, but to me, that's how I look at all art.
It's like hard. Like I've had this. I agree with you on that. Like, cause for me though, I always think like it's like I really like the time from when the mixes are done, or like mastering's done, till the time it comes out. Cause I feel like that time, obviously there's like, you have your own thoughts about just releasing it and like things like that, but it's still mine. and like nobody else's yet. Like it hasn't turned 18. It's not moving out of the house, you know?
Right.
And then it's released. Well, now it's everybody's, you know? And I really like that. Cause then like, I like feel that I almost like you have time to like, it's like, well, these are going to be our last days together, just
right. You have
let's make the most of it.